Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I am Putri Dewi Melia Aulia and my friend is Endah Wahyudi. We are students of English Education Department semester 4A of STKP Muhammadiyah Bogor.
Thank you, Putri. My name is Enda Wahyuni. So, as we know that the government has submitted a decision regarding higher education learning patterns in 2020 until 2021, as stated by the following Minister of Education.
Di bawah 90 kabupaten yang berstatus zona hijau. Dan ini merepresentasikan 6% daripada populasi peserta didik kita. Dari yang zona hijau pun ini, yang boleh diperkenankan, kalau Pemdanya setuju, boleh diperkenankan untuk melakukan pembelajaran tatap muka. Kita mulai dengan SMP level S.
Di daerah zona hijau, apakah ada bantuan ke sekolah-sekolah untuk biaya menyiapkan sarana dan prasarana untuk melaksanakan protokol kesehatan, terutama di daerah yang kondisi perekonomian masyarakatnya menengah ke bawah?
Ya. Seperti yang tadi sudah saya jelaskan, kita hampir ada 100% fleksibilitas dana BOS di masing-masing daerah yang bisa dipergunakan untuk mematuhi protokol kesehatan tersebut. Jadi itu sudah dibebaskan, dibikin 100% fleksibel bagi kepala sekolah untuk mengalokasi. Ya. Tetapi pembelajaran di perguruan tinggi di semua zona masih dilakukan secara daring, jadi masih online, belum belajar tatap muka, belum masuk. Dan alasannya adalah universitas juga punya potensi mengadopsi belajar jarak jauh lebih mudah daripada pendidikan menengah dan dasar. Jadinya untuk saat ini, karena keselamatan adalah yang nomor satu, saat ini semua perguruan tinggi masih melakukan secara online sampai kalau ke depannya mungkin kebijakan yang berubah, tapi untuk saat ini belum berubah. Jadi masih melakukan secara daring, ya. Jadi itu adalah keputusan dari Kemendikbud pada saat ini. Tapi ada yang namanya aktivitas prioritas. Ya, aktivitas prioritas itu adalah aktivitas yang sangat berhubungan dengan kelulusannya mahasiswa yang sulit sekali dilakukan secara daring. Contoh, penelitian di laboratorium untuk skripsi, tesis, dan disertasi, biasanya ini adalah small group ataupun individu, project-project individu. Dan seperti tugas laboratorium, praktikum, studio, bengkel, dan hal-hal seperti ini yang butuh mesin, butuh peralatan, dan lain-lain. Kalau ini aktivitas prioritas yang berdampak kepada kelulusan siswa, masing-masing pemimpin perguruan tinggi diperbolehkan untuk mengizinkan aktivitas mahasiswa datang ke kampus hanya untuk aktivitas prioritas itu yang berhubungan dengan kelulusannya. Kenapa kita perbolehkan ini? Karena kita tidak ingin mengorbankan potensi daripada setiap mahasiswa untuk lulus pada saat ini, karena itu akan menciptakan berbagai macam masalah lainnya. Tetapi pembelajaran masih dilakukan secara online, jadi ya masih tidak diperkenankan untuk melakukan kuliah tatap muka, tidak diperkenankan berbondong-bondong untuk mahasiswa masuk ke dalam kampus, cuman buat individual project mereka yang khusus prioritas untuk kelulusannya. Berikut. Ya, saya rasa dari saya sekian, jadinya untuk menutup dari presentasi ini, saat ini ada sekitar di bawah 90 kabupaten yang...
So, what do you think about this policy?
Yeah, regarding information on the education of this new school year, it was stated by the government that learning methods and activities are still required to be carried out online. That is decisions of government. From that information, I think we need to follow that decisions because for the good and safety of all of us. And because the condition of COVID-19 is still moving, therefore, we must obey government policies.
What's your opinions about the online learning system?
I think this online learning system is likely that there are many students in Indonesia who have obstacles in online learning. Or there is also an understanding of the material is not optimal because thinking when learning is not easy for us to learn online. It is very difficult for us. Different from the face-to-face learning methods. Nah, this learning methods is certainly more effective in learning activities. However, I think with this condition, we need to learn because we know that this era is an industry category of technology 4.0, which means it can support us in the learning process. And I think we need to think about it. So we will try to learn more about digital learning or online learning.
And then, do you agree with the government's policy?
Yeah, in my opinion about online learning from government policy, actually I don't agree because there are several obstacles. The first, online learning system is not effectively. So it is difficult to understand the material that has been given. So we want to learn effectively in order to master the material provided. The second, while conditional online, we continue to make payments. While not all of our facilities are available online, and in this condition, many Indonesian students may experience an economic crisis. Therefore, we hope that there will be a reduction in costs and policies from the government regarding this issue, and regarding policies that have been decided by the government which are still required to study online. So we still have to do it because for the sake our healthy all of us, and we have to follow obey government policies and we have to do it. So Enda, what is your opinion about these government decisions?
In my opinion, the government's policy is correct. For the academic year in 2020 until 2021, it is still necessary to do with online learning. The aim is to avoid the COVID-19 because what the Minister of National Education has said that the student health is very important and number one. But the point is precisely about the segmentations of the value of feedback gained by students, both early clusters to tertiary institutions. What is called value of feedback here? It is about comfort in learning. Means the word comfort must be able to be supported by breakthroughs that can help the implementations of that comfort. Like the government could have issued supporting tools that were at least able to give students idea that online learning could actually be effective as a face-to-face, as outside the countries where the government implements assistance to provide support in these circumstances, like the internet and etc. The reason is that today, students do not get services that are comparable to the continuing tuition fees. Even in some campus, it has increased. The world of education must be able to do account for the system breakthrough and a policy in accordance with the attitudes and natures of the educator media.
Okay, we as Indonesian students must keep our enthusiasm for learning. Don't give up and take care of our health because health is number one. Thank you.